The top story we're tracking for our viewers right now is coming from the United States, where the US and India vow to push for a new trade agreement as Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi met US President Donald Trump at the White House. US President Donald Trump said that he and Indian Prime Minister have agreed to start talks addressing long-running disparities in trade. Now, Trump announced that the United States will sell F-35 fighter jets to India, which would join the elite club of countries with the state-of-the-art stealth planes. He also announced the extradition of Mumbai attack accused Tahavur Rana to India.
Starting this year, we'll be increasing military sales to India by many billions of dollars. We're also paving the way to ultimately provide India with the F-35 stealth fighters. Today, I'm pleased to announce that my administration has approved the extradition of one of the plotters and one of the very evil people of the world, and having to do with the horrific 2008 Mumbai terrorist attack, to face justice in India. So he's going to be going back to India to face justice.
And addressing a joint press conference with the US President, Prime Minister Modi said that Washington and New Delhi are pushing to conclude a mutually beneficial trade agreement. Prime Minister Modi said that in order to ensure India's energy security, they will focus on trade in oil and gas. Investment in energy infrastructure will also increase in the area of nuclear energy. Prime Minister Modi also said that India was fully prepared to take back Indians living in the US illegally. Now, more than 725,000 immigrants from India are in the US without authorization, the third most of any country after Mexico and El Salvador. The US is deporting illegal Indian immigrants, with the second such flight to arrive in India on Saturday.
सवाल सिर्फ भारत का नहीं है, वैश्विक रूप से हम इस मत के हैं कि गैर कानूनी तरीके से जो लोग दूसरे देशों में होते हैं, उनको वहां रहने का कोई कानूनी अधिकार तो है नहीं। जहां तक भारत और अमेरिका का सवाल है, हमने हमेशा कहा है कि जो वेरीफाइड होगा, कि जो सच्चे अर्थ में भारत का ही नागरिक होगा, वो अगर अमेरिका में गैर कानूनी तरीके से रहता है तो उसको वापस लेने के लिए भारत तैयार है।
Now, it's interesting to note that Modi, who is only the fourth world leader to visit the White House since Trump's return, described the US president as a friend and told him he was adopting a take on his Make America Great Again slogan.
अमेरिका की भाषा में कहूं तो विकसित भारत का मतलब मेक इंडिया ग्रेट अगेन, यानी मेगा। जब अमेरिका और भारत साथ मिलकर काम करते हैं, यानी मागा, मागा प्लस मीगा, तब बन जाता है मेगा पार्टनरशिप फॉर प्रॉस्पेरिटी। और यही मेगा स्पिरिट।
Now, Trump, on the other hand, said that US will be increasing military sales to India by many billions of dollars, adding that it will be paving the way to ultimately provide India with the F-35 stealth fighters. Trump said that he found a special bond with Modi and India and complimented Modi as being a much tougher negotiator than he is. Trump, who had previously complained about Indian tariffs, agreed with Modi that the two countries would work together on a trade deal.
Today, the U.S. Trade deficit with India is almost $100 billion. And Prime Minister Modi and I have agreed that we'll be begin negotiations to address the long-running disparities that should have been taken care of over the last 4 years, but they didn't do that. In the U.S.-India trading relationship, with the goal of signing an agreement, and we want we want a certain level playing field, which we really think we're entitled to, and he does also, in fairness. So we're going to work on that very hard.
And to reiterate, Modi is the fourth world leader after Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, and Jordan's King Abdullah II to meet Trump in US in his second presidential term. The visit underscores the importance the Trump presidency accords to India and vice versa. Trump could visit India later this year for a summit of the Quad, a four-way grouping of Australia, India, Japan and the United States. And for more on this, we were earlier joined by Richard Rosso. He's a senior advisor and chair in the US-India Policy Studies, CSIS, and managing director, McClarty Associates. And here's what he said. Listen to this.
It's certainly a long road for us to replace India's traditional major providers of oil and gas. So will we get to number one? Well, we can estimate in the future as India's economic growth continues. Maybe the United States can get there, but it's going to take quite a bit of time. But we kind of expected that this would be on the table for this discussions. The United States has a 2-to-1 goods trade imbalance with India. And in terms of trying to press Prime Minister Modi to agree to buy more American products, there's two areas that are primarily in the government's bailiwick to be able to do that, hydrocarbons as well as defense items. And both those were on the table. So becoming number one, it's a long road ahead to try to reach that. But not surprising at all to see that highlighted as one of the major areas to try to offset the trade imbalance.